is my study plan, and it started with how I had been learning Korean using some apps and free resources that were available online. So here you can mention some tangible methods that you have been using to learn Korean, whether it could be an online course with certification or YouTube videos, or if you purchased any books. So mention everything in detail. And next, after arriving in Korea, you have to mention how you are going to cope with the study pressure and get accustomed to this new environment. There is cultural difference, there is language barrier, and they want to see if you are ready for everything. So mention tangible methods or any learning technique that you think helps you. For the major related study plan, I began with researching the curriculum of my major in the universities I chose. I noted it down and saw if they have any similar subjects or if the curriculum is entirely different. Then I grouped the similar subjects at one place so that I can word my essay around those subjects. It shouldn't be specific to one university. You can mention how you will go about your thesis, your master's research project, and like me, if you don't have a solid plan or a solid direction for it, then it's okay to give them just an initial idea and a description like this is the direction I want to take. It doesn't have to be solid, it's okay. And if you have some subjects that correlates with your bachelor as well as your master's, you can mention these, how you would like to take forward that subject from your bachelor's to your master's. I mentioned 2 or 3 of my undergraduate subjects that are also there in my master's curriculum and how I would like to take them forward, and some past projects that had a lot of inspiration from K-pop or K-dramas or just the general Korean fashion industry. So they could see that the influence has always been there and how I would like to take it a little ahead, a little further with the advantage that I will be getting from doing my master's in Korea. This point about personal goals and visions, this is actually very, very individualistic. It will differ from person to person. And what I mentioned here was how I would love to collaborate with students of other departments like film, media, art, painting, etc. to have an immersive outlet of my ideas and creativity. And it will also bring me an exchange of skills and knowledge across variety of sectors that influence the fashion industry. How you're going to use the resources given to you when you come to study in Korea and take full advantage of this program to bring these ideas to life or to bring your goals to fruition. So give them little details about those goals and visions that you have related to your major. Towards the end of this paragraph, I mentioned how I will study for my exams and indulge and diverge myself into my studies to maintain the high score that I was getting during my undergraduate years. Here, you have to maintain a minimum level of mark to have your scholarship secured. That's why you have to show them that you are very serious about this and how you are going to handle this study pressure. In my last graduation paragraph, my final semester paragraph, I mentioned how the pandemic and the multiple lockdowns took away so many months of my undergraduate years, and my major, being very practical oriented, was difficult to handle because we had online classes, Zoom classes, and that hindered me to be exposed to a lot of opportunities and learn the practical aspect of many subjects. So I mentioned how I will use the advanced technology and the all kinds of advantages that I will be getting here to bring those ideas to fruition in my graduation project here in Korea. And also I mentioned how the Universities in Korea are fully equipped to help me achieve these goals, and they are structured to instill the requisite skill set that I need to excel in my career. Next, it's the holiday paragraph. Like, I had the paragraph where I mentioned what I will be doing during the breaks and holidays I'm getting during my master's academic year. And you cannot do internship or work here unless you have permission from your own university, the immigration office sometimes, and GSC, Global Services Center. So I mentioned that I will apply for a work permit from them, and if I get that permit, I will indulge myself in my major related internships and expose myself to all those exhibitions and local craft workshops. This is actually a very long paragraph. So for example, I also wrote that I will volunteer to assist and help in any opportunity available, like fashion runways, trade shows, gallery exhibitions of designers, photo shoots in studios or commercials, publication houses. So this is just one small example. You can elaborate this paragraph however you wish related to your major. You can find opportunities that are available in your major in Korea through research and check what you can use and spend your time at to get better at your major. The intention behind this paragraph was actually to show them that there is so much more to Korea than just the Hallyu export, and how I want to actively engage to learn more about the depths of the Korean fashion industry. And then comes the extracurricular activity paragraph. I wrote how it enables a student's comprehensive growth, so how important extracurricular activities are. And I mentioned how I will be participating in a lot of university club activities and other experiences that are available outside of the university, because Korea has a lot to offer. So you research about the things you are interested in or anything you would love to try after coming here and spend your time at. Mention these in specific details, like this is the name, this is I want to do and try and experience, learn, grow. And then the future plan section, it had two divisions, like the short term and the long term. For short term, I wrote how after my graduation I plan to stay here in Korea, and I mentioned some brand names with whom my visions and future goals align, and how I would like to work for them or work with them. Here I tried to give them few reasons of how I can be a bridge between my nation and Korea, and how my graduation, my degree will benefit both the nations through my degree. Then for the long term plan, which is 5 to 10 years ahead into the future, uh, you don't have to have a solid plan or everything set in stone from now. You can just give them ideas. Oh, this is the direction I want my life to take, and your visions and how you see yourself in 10 years. Like, I mentioned some company names that I would love to be involved in, and about my own company as well, and where my future is going, and how this is gonna benefit me and benefit the others around me, benefit the society. And I had to like also give them proof why I am going towards that direction. I mentioned some, uh, there were graphs and survey reports, like, oh, this is happening and this is the future of Korea, of India, and I would love to assist my expertise and learnings into this direction. Through this part of the essay, they are actually trying to assess if you are worth spending their money on. Their government is investing a very big amount into bringing you to Korea and funding your education, your living. So, are your visions and goals beneficial to both the nations and yourself? that is why I had to research to find the gaps in the work field that I can fill with my knowledge, my degree, and where I can act as that bridge between both my nation and Korea. On the screen, you can see a website where I found a lot of data regarding my future goals. You can try looking up keywords regarding a major along with your country names with Korea to see what your and their governments are doing for each other. And you can check the trade market, like the export and import industries, and how the communication and media consumption is like for each other, and whatever your major related query could be like. So please thoroughly research this part and specify the details, even if it's not a solid plan right now, because we as well as they know that the future is not defined. So as you proceed with your studies and time, some things and goals are bound to change, and that is okay.